Go.
Hi everyone, this is my rhubarb and custard cardigan design. The design is available in size newborn, 6 month, 1 year and 2 year, and you can find the pattern in my Ravelry shop under Amanda Lilley. So the cardigan, I knit it in the round and cut a steek, and I did that for several reasons. I prefer to knit in the round. I find that my tension is more even and it's much faster. And also knitting in the round gives you the option if you'd like to add a fair isle design or do some color work. Knitting in the round is helpful. You don't have to be afraid of the steek as long as you use natural fibers. The fibers will stick together. I used a wool and mohair blend in this, and it works really well. So if you have the pattern and you've worked your cardigan, the steek is worked over the center 5 stitches. So I've gone ahead. First, let me just show you here. After I cut my steek, I picked it up and I worked an I-cord. I worked a buttonhole band and an I-cord bind off, and it looks really sharp. So I've gone ahead and I've made a small swatch so that I can demonstrate how I did my steek. And for the steek that I used a crocheted reinforcement, and I will demonstrate how to do that. So you're going to need some finger and weight wool. I use a smaller weight wool so that it's not as bulky when I want to cut into my steek. You'll need a sharp pair of scissors and a crochet hook. For this to work well with the finger and weight wool, I have here, let's see, I have a 3 1/4 millimeter, and it's a USD 3 crochet hook. So to begin, you're going to take your finger and weight wool and do a slip knot onto your crochet hook. And let's have a look here. This is what the center front of your cardigan should look like before you cut the steek. You have 5 stitches. So the first stitch is a purl stitch. Then you have 3 knit stitches. I have that upside down, sorry. First stitch is a purl stitch. Then you have 3 knit stitches. And then the last stitch is a purl stitch. And if you look closely, the 3 columns of knit stitches, the knit stitch looks like a little V. And so the V, I say there's a right leg and a left leg. What we're going to be doing is we are going to work a crochet reinforcement down this side here of the second column of stitches, and it's going to connect to the center column. And then when we're done, we will work from the bottom up a crochet chain reinforcement, which will be connected to the center column and this 4th steek column. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And what we're going to do is after you have your slip knot, we're going to secure it to the top by inserting your hook into the center of the top stitch. It's your first knit stitch, but it's the second steek stitch. So insert it into the center. Yarn over your hook and pull it through. And now you should have 2 loops on your hook. You can go ahead and loop your yarn over again and pull it through, and that's going to secure your finger and weight wool. So now we can begin reinforcing a chain. So to reinforce the chain, again, we're working with the second column of stitches and the third, which is the center. I'm going to insert my hook into the left leg of this first knit stitch and the right leg of the center stitch. I'm going to insert the hook into both of them. So there's the left leg of that first knit stitch and the right leg of the center stitch. Yarn over your crochet hook, pull it through until you have 2 stitches on your needle, and then yarn over your hook and pull it through again. And we are going to work that all the way from the top to the bottom and secure it again. So let me demonstrate that again. You're picking up the left leg here and the right leg from the center stitch. They're both on your hook. Yarn over your hook and pull it through, and then yarn over and pull it through again. Now, although I am picking up the left leg here and the right leg here, I find that let me pull that through again and show you. Pull that through, yarn over and pull it through again. the fabric naturally wants to bend that way. So if you fold your fabric and just hold it on the side like this, the left leg and the right leg, they just expose themselves there. So you can, and it makes it faster. Go through both of those legs, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops, and continue doing that to the bottom. I'm always grabbing the left leg of the first knit stitch and the right leg of the center stitch. We're almost at the bottom, so we're going to go ahead and secure our crochet reinforcement to the bottom. And to do that, when you get to the very last stitch, you're going to go ahead and go back into the center of your first knit stitch, right at the bottom, and open it up there so you can see, right into the center of it. Yarn over your hook, pull it through, and then yarn over and pull it through both stitches again, and that secures it. You can pull your yarn all the way through now. That secures it. So there is our first side. That's our crochet reinforcement. I don't need it that long. We're going to go ahead and work another crochet reinforcement along here, and this time you can see the center stitch here. The right side of it's been picked up, so now we're going to pick up the left leg. We're going to start at the bottom and work up. We're going to be picking up a left leg from the center stitch and a right leg from the 4th steek stitch here. You can see that column, they look like V's. So left leg of the center stitch, right leg of the 4th steek stitch. So first we have to secure our yarn again. And this time we're working from the bottom up. So put a slip knot onto your crochet hook. It's easier if you turn your work. So now your V's are upside down. You're going to go right into the center. It's the 4th steek stitch, but it's the 3rd knit stitch here. So I can find mine. There it is. Right into the center. Again, secure it by putting your yarn over your hook, pulling it through so you have 2 loops on your needle. Go ahead and yarn over your hook again and pull it through, and that secures it. So I am holding it upside down, but if you can see here, I'm going to be taking, if it were the right way, I would be taking, again, the left leg of the center stitch and the right leg of the V, which is the 4th column from the steek stitch. So I'm holding it this way. So go ahead and pick up those 2 legs. Put your hook through those 2 legs. Yarn over your hook and pull it through, and yarn over your hook again, pull it through again. So let me turn it the right way so you can see. You get a close-up of that. My hook is going into the right leg of the 4th steek stitch and the left leg of the center. Yarn over the hook, pull it through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull it through again. And again, I like to you can fold your fabric in half, and you can see that the legs are just naturally exposed. It makes it faster, right, like that. Let me pull it through there. all the way to the top, and then we'll secure it again. We'll secure the crocheted reinforcement at the top, and then we are ready to cut. Almost there. Okay, and to secure it, we'll do the same as we did at the bottom. You're going to go into the center of the stitch, which is the fourth, it's your fourth steek stitch, right into the center of the V. Yarn over your hook, pull it through, and then yarn over your hook and pull it through the 2 loops, and you can pull it all the way through this time. So if you can zoom in, you can see here the 2 crocheted reinforcements. The right side is pulling on the right leg of the center stitch, and the left side is pulling on the left leg of the center stitch, and it opens it up. You can see a ladder running down the center, and that is what we are going to cut. And as long as you used your natural fibers, it should stick together well. You shouldn't have any problems. So get your scissors, we're ready to cut. That first one, be sure you're not cutting your crochet reinforcement, you're just cutting. You're just gonna work your way up and cut this little ladder that is exposed there. I find this is a really sharp edge that it leaves. It's easy to pick up stitches to work your button band. Right to the end. And there you go. It's a nice neat edge. It's not going to come unraveled. I'll show you the back side of it. That's what it looks like. It's really neat. When you want to go ahead and pick up stitches to work the button band, you're going to be picking up stitches alongside the purl here. And this will just tuck in beautifully. Let me see if, let's look at this sweater here. You can't even see it. I sewed a lining in, which does help, but it's really neat. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them to the group, and I or one of the other Ravelry members, I'm sure, will be able to help you out. But I'm looking forward to seeing your sweaters, and I thank you all for your support.